If you're a beginner creating websites and you want to learn how to save time and make more money, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 simple tips from a pro standpoint that'll help you to save time and make some more money. But if you're new to this channel, my name is Mathew Tamin. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you share. Now, I did a part 1 to this video recently because I have so many questions from you guys that are asking, how do you make money creating websites online? So whether you're using Joomla, you're using WordPress, or using AI, the tips that I'm going to give you today, it is going to save you so much time, and you're going to be able to implement it and use it to make money. And I'm going to demonstrate for you to show you exactly how to use those tips, for your business. So if you're just getting started online and you're building a website for clients and you're looking to scale that, I want to give you, listen, I've learned the hard way. When I started creating websites, this is over like 20 something years ago, 2002, when I started, they didn't have a lot of resources to be able to help you to build. I had to hand code everything back then. But with technology today, you can do so much. So the 3 things that I want to share with you here, let me go through my notes. There are 3 main things. Whether you're starting out, you've been doing this for some time, you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. The first thing that you want to realize, okay, when it comes to making more money, building websites and saving time, is you need to learn one platform and master one platform. I see people trying to do it all. When I started building websites, I started with Dreamweaver, Adobe's Dreamweaver. Back then, that was the place, and Microsoft Front Page. You have to learn how to hand code everything. But I learned that platform, but then it got so cumbersome. It was a lot of work. And then I learned about CMS platforms like Joomla, WordPress. You have Magento. You have so many other platforms. So whatever platform that you're using, pick one platform to start off with first. I chose Joomla. And the reason why I chose Joomla, because it was easy to use. It was very flexible for me to use. I can be able to customize things. I can design things. I can tweak things. I can move things around. And I felt comfortable with it, right? Everything that you learn is going to have a learning curve. Every software have a learning curve when you get started, because you're new at it. One of the mistakes that I see people make is they try to master like 6 or 7 different platforms. When you're just getting started, pick one platform that you want to focus on. So if you're watching this and you started with WordPress, stick with WordPress. Learn all that you can about WordPress. If you started with Joomla like I did, stick with Joomla. Learn all that you can about Joomla. If you're using AI software, stick with one platform when you're getting started. Don't try to diversify, because you won't have the time to learn everything in every platform. It's going to save you a lot of time. You can learn all that you need to and being able to master that. Once you master the one platform, okay, the next point is this. Once you've mastered the one platform, don't build websites from scratch anymore. One of the biggest mistakes that beginners make, you go out there and you try to build a website from scratch. You don't have to do that. They have what's called templates. Templates are already pre-made websites that you can just tweak and you can be able to use for your company. You can use for your clients. So when you're talking with clients, right, ask them to give you reference website that they like. Get at least 3 different reference websites. When you get those websites, ask the client, what is it about this website that you like, right? Sometimes a client can like the color of one of the branding. They can like the font. They can like the layout, but there are different things. So once you get at least 3 different design variations from the client. Once you've gotten those, Joomla or WordPress or whatever platform software that you use, they have a ton of different templates. So now I'm going to walk you through Joomla. And I want to show you how you can be able to build sites in literally just one click. Okay, so let's go now. Let's take a look at this. So as you can see right now, this is one of the most popular builders, SP Page Builder, that people use to build websites. One of the things that I do is if I'm going to build a website for a client, and I don't do a lot of client work now unless it's really worth my time. I do more training, but I still do have clients, people that reach out to me to do websites for them. If I'm going to build a website for someone and they've given me the three types of site that they want to build, I'm going to go to something like SP Page Builder, or we'll take a look to at Gridbox. But let's start with Page Builder first. They have so many different types of layouts, and all these are layouts that are ready made. So once you buy a license, you can come here and see the type of layouts that you like. You can preview the layout. Okay, so let's say that you got a new client and you want to build a website for them. And let's say it's in the travel space. So you click travel. You can see the pre-made travel templates that's already been designed. So what I typically recommend that you do is you go through all of them to see with what your client gave you and what you have, what's the closest thing to what they need. Okay, what's the again, you want to find the closest thing to what they need. You don't want it to look exactly like it because that's not what they want. So I typically would come on something like this if I need to get a website up and going pretty quickly, right? So I'm going to take a look at the live preview for this one. So now I'm looking at the live preview for this one. I can scroll down. When you're looking at templates, you want to take a look at the margin of complication or complication that template has. There's some templates that are super easy to edit. There's some templates that you need to understand a little bit more how to do it. And we're going to take a look at SP Page Builder on the back end so you can see how, to edit something like this. But as I'm going through this template, right? The first thing I'm looking at is, okay, with the designs that the clients gave me, does this design get closer to it? So I'm looking at, the menu items, the drop down. Do they want drop down menus? If they want drop down menus, then something like this is going to work. So I scroll down and I just kind of click around to different pages. By clicking around different pages, I can see how I can tweak this to match what the client needs. So I'm just going through. That looks nice. And all the effect that's on this particular template, those same effect can be used. All that you'd have to do is just to change the text. You can change the images. You can change the background color. And we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. So I'm going through here and I'm saying that this can be a nice design for the client. So I'm going to check, on the tablet, see what it looks like on the tablet. And I check to see what it looks like on the phone. As I'm going through. So all of this looks good on all the different devices. So now I'm going to come through. If they want another industry, I'm going to uncheck that. They want marketing. I go to marketing again and I see which style is closest to what they're looking for. Now let's go over to Gridbox. Gridbox is another Joomla page builder. It's like one of my go-to ones that I use to build websites for me, websites for, for clients and just different projects. So I'm going to go now. They don't have as large of a selection, but they have, something you can start off with. So if I wanted to be, let's say, a fast food restaurant, I can take a look to see. Let's preview this one. So if I have a client that want a fast food restaurant, all I would have to do is to edit this, change the pictures, change the background, change the colors, change the fonts. This already have the effect that's needed. And that's one thing too, is as you're building websites, most of the templates are going to have design effects that you can be able to use to change to make it your own. Right, this one looks pretty good, and they have some real high resolution photos here, so you want to be able to go on a site to get the same thing. So I'm looking at this template, I'm going, wow, this template look really nice, and I like how simple it is. Right, so I can use this one, or I can go back to this site and I can browse through. If they're on an e-commerce website, I can browse through any one of these to find something that's closest to what my customer, my client needs. So the third point that I want to share with you is this: only show your clients two options when you're working on projects for them. If someone hires you to build a website, right, don't show them more than two options. Just let them know, listen, option one, option two. So what you do is you take a screenshot. You come on this websites like the SP Page Builder or the Gridbox, or if you're using WordPress, whatever platform you're using, you find two design that is closest to what they're looking for. And you say, look, this is what I can design you, something like this. Give them two options. Don't give them 3, 4, 5, or 6. The reason for that is there's going to be so much more work on your part that you're going to end up doing more work than you really should be doing. But if you give them two options, you've narrowed things down for yourself. You've narrowed things down for them. Look, you want to simplify things when working with your customers. Okay, when you simplify things for them, it helps to speed up the process. It helps for them to make decisions a lot faster, and you get paid quicker too, because if you give them so many options, then they're going to drag things out. And then, maybe I like this one, maybe not that one. And then a week later, they'll change their mind. 2 weeks later. And, so you want to kind of minimize that process. So once you come on the sites, you get a screenshot. You get a screenshot of the template that you want to use. You send it to the client and say, look, here's option 1 and here's option 2. Which one do you like? Or sometimes they can say things like, I like the branding from this template, but I like the layout from this, so you can be able to merge it. Now let's go to the back end here of SP Page Builder so you can see. So I'm going to click to edit. One of the beautiful things about any page builder is your ability to just drag and drop. Now I have extensive tutorials that goes into a lot of details in terms of how to edit this, everything about it, right? But this is overview. So you have the tablet landscape, you have the tablet, you have the mobile, and you can kind of go through this section here. Now, let's say that you got a client and they need something. I want to show you how simple it is for you to build something here. So I'm going to come now. I'll go to another option too, is the page layout, right? So when you go to page layout, let me go back to, let's say, the food and drinks. I have a client that needs a bakery website, and I've already spoken to them. I've shown them the sample design. You can even show them one of these and say, look, I can do something like that for you. And it's going to tell you how many pages you have. So I click on there and I can see the internal pages. Now this look pretty good. I can click on live demo if I wanted to see how it looks. Let's click on the live demo. So now with the live demo, I can see what this looks like, or I can come back if I like how this looks. Now I can say, I like this one. Let's go with it. So I'm going to click to import, and I can pretty much go through this whole thing and just kind of scroll through and see which one that's needed based on what the client's specifications are. And you can, again, customize and tweak any one of this. Let me X that off. So as you move your mouse over this, you can be able to change the text just like that. You can add things. You scroll, you can add video, you can add links. So I'm just going through this now. If this is a template for a client, I can just click on every section here to edit anything that I see on this website. And it's the same thing too when you go to Gridbox, right? It shows you, move your mouse over here, you can be able to edit I click to edit, and I can change the design. I can change the layout. I can change the mobile. I can change just about anything. So if I'm taking a project for a client and I show them this e-commerce website and they like how this look, and let's say they have 10 products, well, my job now is just to replace these products with the products for the client. And I can be able to get it done a lot faster. I can change the branding for it. I can change the colors. I can change just about everything on this website. So as you're building websites, you want to be able to keep these things in mind, because you can build sites a lot faster. You can just get a template, install it, edit it, and then you're done. Practically, that's pretty much all that needs to be done with it. And then it gives you a lot of opportunities to be able to do more projects. Now, that what I just shared with you sounds so simple, but man, there are so many people that are wasting so much time to build a website because they want to build it from scratch. When I build my own personal stuff, I usually build my own personal stuff from scratch. Or if a client requests that they want something that's real custom, then I build it from scratch. It's going to cost them a lot more, and they're aware of that. One of the beautiful things is that once you learn a specific platform, you can utilize that platform and build just about anything. Right now, I can create just about any type of website with Joomla, because I've learned Joomla. I've mastered Joomla. I know Joomla inside out when it comes to different extensions, different plugins. And you need to do the same thing too, whether using Joomla, WordPress, or any other platform. The goal of it is that you master and you learn what that platform has to offer. Once you do that, you can do anything. It's amazing how fast that you can be able to build website. So I hope that you'll be able to learn something, from this. I'm going to do a little bit more training tutorials to kind of show you guys when I'm designing websites, what my process is, what steps do I take. Even when I'm using templates, there are key things that I always do when I get a template to build sites a lot faster.